Welcome to Chris Farms and Extension Services alias Chris Farm Nigeria. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on the time and depending on your time and location and when you're watching the video. Today we are bringing you to farm setup in poultry setup in the aspect of the pillars. So when you want to start a poultry farm, the first thing you do is to dig the foundation. After doing the foundation, you do the casting. They call it blinding, they call it different names, but actually it's casting. After casting the place, then you set your block. Just setting a block is called block forming. After forming the block, you start raising the block to your DPC level. Your DPC level could be 4, it could be 5, depending on how high you want the pit system to be. But today we want to bring you down to this poultry farm. The one we did here is 3 coaches. We have 1, 2, and 3. This is on 3 coaches of our DPC. We are taking 3 coaches as our DPC level. This is actually a 3,000 capacity for poultry bed setup. This is on 3,000 capacity. So we finished doing getting the DPC. The next thing I want to do is to do what? The pillars. The pillars could be the casted pillars using iron rods to cast them, or we can use galvanized pipe depending on the capacity of the client. If you use the galvanized pipe, is okay. If you use the casted one, it's okay. But in this poultry farm, we want to use the galvanized pipe. 4 inches is good, but now because of the cost of the 4 inches, 4 inches is about 19,000 to 20,000 for one. So we're thinking of going for 3 inches. And this video specifically is done for my client. Our client number and name or location is not mentioned because of the security of the client. All we just need to do is to bring the actual reporting on ground so that the client will see what he is doing. So today we are bringing you to the site on to show the client actually what we need. This is uh this is where the pillars will be. We have 8 pillars here depending on the length of the poultry farm we are building. Like this one now, we have this is 35.7 meter long. I can remember from year to year. This one 35.7 meter long, 10.2 meter wide. So we had 8 coaches here, as in 8 pillars here. We'll be needing 8 pillars. We have 8 pillars here, 8 pillars here. That is 8 plus 8 is 16. We have 1 pillar here at this 10 meter, 1 pillar here, 1 pillar there. That is 18. Then we have to put 2 pillars at center to become a base when they are doing the roofing. So when they are doing the roofing, it becomes a base. That is why we need 2 extra. So the total pillars we need here actually is 20 pillars. Then what is the height? So the height is dependent on how high you want your poultry pen to be. This poultry pen, we want it to be 12 feet high. That is to say, from here to from the foundation to the up, we are using 12 feet high galvanized pipe 3 inches to do the pillars. And from the ground, from this place to up, we have 12 feet high. And that 12 feet high, from the ground to this place, we are taking off 2. This one is taking off 2. So from the DPC to the height of the pen, we are using 10 feet high. Sometimes we use 11 feet high, but depending on the demand of the customer, if you want your farm to be very high, then 12 feet from the DPC. If you don't want it to be very high, 10 feet is okay, depending on what you want to design and depending on how you want to design it. But this one we are proposing for 10 feet high, while 2 feet will come from the ground, and we'll be casting that. When we cast it from the foundation, it gives it a strong firm to hold the pillar strong, to give a full grip of the pillar. And secondly, when they are putting the roof will not be shaking because the foundation is strong. So when the foundation is strong, the pillar casted is strong, nothing happens to the roof because the roof itself has its own weight. So as a result of that, you need to cast from this side, from here, from there, from the bottom. You cast it. After casting, how do you cast it? You get wood with carpenter who is going to do a board here. When you do the board on top of the either the galvanized pipe, then you cast it. But should in case if it is not a galvanized pipe you want to use, what is it called? You want to use pillars. Then you need to do basket on the ground, then do the pillar before you now pour it or before you now cast it. Then you cast it in all the distinguished all the places that have been mapped out for it. If you look at this sperm now, we have everywhere that we have pillars, we have openings there. Like here, there is a pillar here. So if you go this way too, you will see the 8 pillars that have been demarcated. You see one here, there's a pillar here, there's a pillar there. So if you should count them, you'll be having 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On this row we have 8. On this row we have 1. So these are the way to put pillars in the house, and the pillars are used for sustaining the building so that the building will be firm. So this video is specifically done for our client. I am telling him the total number of pillars we need for this project. We need 20 pillars for this project, and the height of the pillar will be 12 feet high. 2 feet will go from the ground. Okay, let me pick from here. From this place down to this place, and from there down to this place, he has taken 2 feet. 2 feet, while from here up will come 10 feet. That is why the pillar height is 12. Is 12 feet, 10 feet up, 2 feet down, and it will be casted. We get a carpenter is going to board here, then put the galvanized pipe, then cast it or pour it, depending or bind it, depending on what the terms you use in doing it. After which they finish doing that, the next thing is, if we want to start this work, what we do is at the 2 cardinal points, we'll put one at that place. Please, let's see the place so that I'll show them.
This is the place.
Yes. So you put, let me use this as a galvanized pipe now. If we put one here, we'll put one at the extreme end there. At the ending of that place, we'll put one. Then when we finish putting one, we are going to get a line, as in rope. Because if you say lining, they wouldn't understand that. You get rope. You tie rope at this end here. You tie another rope at that end there. Then you use your plumb to check it to see if it is in equilibrium, if it balances. Then whenever you are then you now put the remaining ones on top of them. As you are putting them, you ensure that the pipe is touching the rope. If it's too down, you lift it up to touch the rope before casting it. Then if it's too high, you dig so that the thing will have a balance, so that it can plumb. That is to say, you have a balance, so that when they are doing the roofing or putting the wood, it will be easy for the carpenter to do. So that is how we do it, or how we do the galvanized pipe. So if it is pillar, the same way we still do the pillar, we still measure it to have an equilibrium. Then the pillar on has a rod that can now tie on top of the wood. But this one we are using the galvanized pipe, we need to use plates. That plate will be placed on top of this place and welded, then perforate holes on the 2 sides so that you can clip it up to close the wood. Okay, let me say you put the plate will look like this, then the wood now be on the top. So when the wood is now on the top, you clip the plate down this way. Then you must have perforated hole, 3 holes or 4 holes there. You knock with you hit with nail to clip the wood. That is how it's done. You clip the wood so that the wood will be firm on the galvanized pipe. But if it is a casted pillar, you use the rod from the pillar to tie on top of the wood. That is how to put your roofing that is how to do your pillars for roofing. So this is what we are going to do. What we are doing here is a galvanized pipe, and this principle I just told you, that is what we are going to do in order to hold the wood firm. This is we are talking about poultry setup here. So if you are following through our YouTube channel, I've talked about everything that has to do with farm setup, both the foundation, both the block forming, everything we teach. So oftentimes it's not only advertisement of what we do. Sometimes we teach people on different aspects. So today we've talked a lot about farm setup, farm setup, and this farm setup or farm design is designed for battery cages. So this video is specifically done for our clients so that you understand what we want to do, So what the in the nutshell, what we need actually is 20 pillars of 12 feet high, so that we can use it to hold or to put pillars on the building before we can do the roofing. But after doing this, the next thing, after putting the pillar, the next thing we are going to do is what, to fill it. After we finish filling it, we will now cast it. After
Diamond floor.
casting it, before we now talk about the roofing. So these are the steps that are involved for now. After, we are going to get the galvanized pipe, we cast the galvanized pipe. After that, we now do filling. The next thing we are doing is filling. After the filling, the next work we are going to do is what,
Diamond
casting.
floor.
German floor, we do the German floor, or casting, or German, we do the German floor. After the German floor, then the next thing is what, roofing. So from there we continue. For now, these are the things you are supposed to do. Should, in case you just pop into our YouTube channel, this video actually I'm telling it to my client, when you give us a job, irrespective of where you are, in your office, in the marketplace, in your business places, or you are in Nigeria, you are not in Nigeria, wherever you are, whatever we are doing, we'll be doing live video for you to explain what we need and what the progress on ground in your farm. So the world now is now in like a digital world. You can be in anywhere and be seeing what is happening even in your village. So this video is telling our client what he needs, or the level of which the project is, and what we need. This is the, we are now at the DPC level, is to do the casting, we put the pipes, do the German floor, then we start from there. So these are what we are supposed to do. So I'm bringing it to the client to see the progress of the job, what we've done, where we've gotten to. So should, in case they're giving us a contract to do, we can do this for you. And as we are doing it, you don't really need to monitor us, because what you expect to get or what you expect to see, we do a live video for you and send it direct to you. So please, should, in case you want us to do or set up a farm for you, irrespective of the state in Nigeria, we cover the whole country, Nigeria. Anywhere you want us to build or set up a farm for you, we go there and do for you. So please, our number again is 080 36 92 57 18 if you are in Nigeria. If now you are not in Nigeria, remember to put our country code +23480 36 92 57 18. Should, in case you want to know more about farming, you want to know about buildings of farm or farm, poultry, fishery, grass cutter, rabbitry, piggery, or any type of farm setup, follow us on our YouTube channel, click on our subscribe button, click on the notification button to be notified each time we upload a new video. Give us a thumbs up and promote our business. Please share to your friends, your family, relation, anybody that has to want to know much about farming. We teach several things on farm setup, building. We teach on machine installation into all these agro machines like the manure scraper, manure dryer, elevator, different kind of things that we teach on our platform. So if you want to learn how to operate one machine or the other, you want to set up a machine or something like that, or anything that has to do with agro, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us daily to get our updates. So always know that your satisfaction is our optimum desire. Thank you very much for choosing Chris Farm Nigeria once again, and remain ever blessed.